For this time Nami. I wanted to try her again because the last time I wasn't like fully confirmed with the deck, and I've seen other variants of the deck, and I wanted to try them out and see if it was better. Uh, it's okay. I still think it has the same problems where if they fill a board with creatures and then they bounce or they like destroy your little pressure that you have, like chaff or something else, you're gonna have a bad time. And as long as you don't let them hit you for like the mill 7, still gonna be difficult to mill yourself. Now my list is a little bit more different. I'm not playing like a heavy impel down package. I'm only playing like the Mr. 1 and 2 of the Deathwing because I think the other ones are just too situational, and I don't like cards like that in my deck. But I understand why they play it, just for the draw 2. The other one, I just don't like it enough to for me to risk playing that one. I'd rather play something else. And I think the card that I really was impressed with in the deck was the Sogeking. Just drawing 2 cards, cycling through the deck, and also removing something out of the opponents is how you beat how they're trying to beat you. Basically, it comes down to them building a board and then you not being able to answer the board. But Sogeking helps with that like a lot because you're able to play it, bounce something they play, and then you have something on board that is going to be able to contest if they start attacking with a lot of cards. Because you're able to handle like big attacks from one creature very easily, but you're not able to handle like multiple attacks from like medium creatures like that easy. Like if they have a 7k, it's gonna be really difficult for you to go like to get through, right? And it is important that you also mill yourself at least once for 7 cards, because if not, it's gonna be really difficult for you to get through your whole deck. So these cards are really important, and that's why I'm playing 2 of the Usopp, because it is a surprise sometimes. They're thinking, oh, you don't have the Jeff, I'm safe from like a milling effect, and they overextend in a sense, and then you out of nowhere mill yourself for 7, and you're able to get there very quickly because of that. So the deck is still, it was good today. It's difficult to find games actually, because as soon as you sit down with Nami, people just quit the game, which is kind of annoying when you're trying to like demonstrate the deck. But yeah, I mean, it's understandable. The deck is a little bit like dawdling yourself around until you're able to mill yourself, I guess. So I understand why people don't want to play it against it. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is, right? Yeah, let's go see some gameplay. Okay, and we're going second, which I think is the correct way for this deck. I'm gonna keep this, and the blockers are amazing in this matchup, so we're gonna do it for this reason. Draw. We're just gonna play the blocker, let him go. We're gonna probably draw 2 cards in this spot. It's probably the best thing that I can do. I'm trying to get the 5-drop. It's the most important card, really. But we should be fine. They can burn us a little bit, so maybe being healthy on life could be like a good strategy here. But I highly doubt we're gonna be able to hit him out of the first life. The nice thing about this matchup is that we don't need to hit the life, so it doesn't matter if they heal, if they do whatever those cards, they're just gonna get the free life, and they're not gonna get like a nice trigger out of life, which is really good. But at least the nice thing about for them is that they get to look at the top of my life and see if it's a draw trigger, and then just get to put it on top or the bottom of my deck. Although that's a good draw. I'll definitely gonna use the draw 2. Just let him go, and we're gonna use the Usopp to just attack and force them to have to combo a lot of cards, and then we're gonna defend the Usopp for like a lot. So that's the idea for next turn, probably. So I'm gonna keep as much defense as I can for that. Not gonna use any of my cards. Yeah, I'll take that one. The trigger on this one is to bounce back at... No, it's fine. We'll just keep it in hand. It's not the biggest problem. And then I guess we can wait another turn We don't have to do it right now. I mean, it's fine. I'll just do it for 2. And then he's gonna have to defend this one, but he's gonna need a blocker or a way to remove it. And they're 2 turns away from doing that, so it's fine to do it this way. And I still have the blocker, so it should be fine. They don't have like an easy way to remove this guy, so they have to stall their turn from playing like a big mom to deal with this, or this is gonna deal them some damage next turn, or it's gonna keep forcing cards out of my opponent's hand, and that's just fine for me. Whichever way is okay with me. It's not a problem. And I will defend the Usopp like if I were defending my Nami. And again, because we forced them to go first, they don't have as many cards, and that's the reason you basically wanna go second on this leader in general. Just looking for 8. 8 is easy to combo. No blocker. I'll use this one, which lets me trash, and then this one, that'll be 9k. We're good. And then he wants to use the 7 here, and he's gonna keep up some energy, so then we don't have to attack for as much. Okay, we're gonna just block that one, use the action to mill. But that's the nice thing about this guy, is that it forces the opponent to play differently on this spot where they cannot really afford to do that. Attack for 5, they have to give me a 5k here. And now next turn he could play the whatchamacallit, the A drop. Here I'm just gonna attack for 6 because he does have that extra card and he wants to use it, as you see it. So like there's no reason for me to do anything else. Definitely gonna get this one, I think. Just gonna draw 2 cards, and I could play this one. Yeah, that's pretty good actually. Draw 2. That Usopp is actually very good. It's one of the cards that we wanted. Let's discard the Love because I have too many. And I don't think I need Deathwing in this matchup. I mean, we might need it, but it's not that urgent right now. And this is definitely the kind of matchup that we want with Nami. A really slow deck that is gonna have trouble against like all cards for the most part. Because we do get to draw a lot of cards. We do have a lot of they have to be faster than what they are to be able to go for game. Here, no blocker, but I'm gonna bounce back my Kaya and draw cards. Then he's gonna play the Sakatsuki, but that's fine because we do have an Usopp, so we can punish that play. The Karakuri is what I meant. And then now we get to punish that, as I was saying. Play this one and give it to Dawn. And then just keep attacking the leader, forcing them to combo the little or few cards that they have. If not, they just gave me 7 cards, which is amazing for me. They have a blocker now, but that doesn't matter. You just need to hit with this once. And that's basically all that needed to happen for me to win this game. I'm going to play the blocker, however. And then let him go, because I'm trying to use the gobbles. So I can get him back with this one, and I can just keep milling myself with that way. That's basically what I'm trying to do. But he did enough. He just milled myself like 7 cards. That's all I needed to do to win this game. Now 20 cards shouldn't be that difficult, to be honest. Now I can attack with the Nami at the leader and just mill 1 card. It should be just enough. I don't expect to get any more value out of out of my opponent's life. Although they could get some triggers out of life that could be like more attackers, and that is annoying. He's gonna play Big Mom here, I assume. Which, if I have a way to bounce this back, could not be that big of an issue. I just think this card has outlived his purpose because he has a blocker. So it is really not that amazing. I'm just gonna let it die. It really has outlived his purposes, for what it's worth. Now this one I do want to out combo because I do get some value out of this. I was gonna discard that one, but now not anymore. No reason to. I know he's gonna play Big Mom. I have my blocker for Big Mom, and I have a way to recoup my hand a little bit. I'm just trying to cycle through my deck here. And this is the card that is gonna make it possible. The Gobble. Grant an opponent alive. That doesn't matter. He did keep 3 energy up for some reason. I thought he was gonna play Big Mom. Maybe, oh, maybe he didn't have it. Oh, he's just trying to put more attackers out, which is understandable. Here I'm gonna get back the Gobble. I'm gonna get back the Gobble. And I'm gonna use this one to get 2 cards this card. Oh, that's actually very good. This one and this one, I guess. Yeah, I have a lot of energy. And now we attack the leader because we do want to meal ourselves a little bit more. And then, yeah, we'll let him go. We have enough energy to be able to do, not Deathwing, but I can do everything else. We have 15 cards left. It's gonna cut it close. No blocker. Let's get this card back to our hands first. No, actually, let's do the Gobble. So we can use this one to draw, and then use this one to get the other one back, and then we have the Deathwing as the next turn action, and that should probably be okay. We could also take Alive. That's not like terrible. Definitely gonna use my Love here though. This is actually very good because it lets us get rid of this one without giving them value and attack the leader. That is actually very nice. I'm definitely gonna use my Overheat, however, here to get back my Kaya and be able to just keep cycling through my deck. Now, this is an easy one to kill, so that's fine. I do have to take that one. Use the trigger to bounce back 3 or less. That's fine. I don't have to use this anymore. Can I bounce back the blocker if I want to? And then, hey, there's possibilities there. Eight, no blockers. I'm definitely gonna use the Overheat to get this back. Since I'm probably not gonna need this, I'm probably just gonna use the Kaya to just keep drawing cards. I'm gonna take that one. Ooh, another blocker. That's great. That's what I wanted to see. Okay, now I might use the removal here. So let's send them to the bottom. I'm gonna need 3 for this. I'm gonna use the Gobble and then draw 3 and keep the blocker. Definitely gonna need to attack 1, 2, 3, and I'm gonna need 2 for the blocker and 1 for the Gobble. So I don't really have any more energy to spare. And then we have 11 cards. We should be able to go through a lot of those. I might not be able to play the blocker, depending on what my opponent is doing here. If he's gonna defend this one, I do have to destroy it. Yeah, he's gonna defend it. So then I'm just gonna have to attack with this one, so I won't be able to play the blocker. But that is fine. I still can use my gobble, and it should be okay. If he wants to give me more cards, I'm okay with that. And then end the turn. He doesn't have but only 3 attackers. I have the gobble and the Deathwing. Should be okay. And I might be able to attack them next turn, just to remove them. I still have the Boodle, I think is his name. He might play the 10-drop, however, just to burn me for 1 life, which case the blocker gets more value that way. He does have it, it seems like. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see if I need to use this or not. It seems like it does have it. But you know what? I'm just gonna draw the 2 here. It's probably better. He doesn't have it. So what does he have? Let's use that one just so we can mill ourselves a little bit. I was gonna draw a good one too. But we're at 6 cards, grant the opponent 1 life. That's not an issue. I'll draw a card here. Ooh, we're gonna draw 2 cards. That's great. Those are not the greatest. So we're gonna try to. Let me see. I need to draw 3 cards. Oh, that's enough. Draw 2, discard 2, and then I just need to discard 1. We can just attack the leader for 1, and we mill ourselves. Yay! Well, it doesn't matter if he blocks this one because I do have this one, but we win with the Nami ability, which is not that easy for what it's worth. Okay. I'll still win here. We just need to out-combo one of them. And this one discards my deck. 1 card. And it's all we need. Still very difficult to mill yourself. My opponent did play very well, not gonna lie. But we're gonna trash and win the game. That was nice. Okay, and we're gonna go second. We're gonna go against Arlong, and I think going second for this deck is actually very good, because you have more options. The opponent has less cards to defend with, so that way they cannot really defend. When you attack with the 5-drop with Jeff, or when you Seth, or when you attack with Usopp, they're like the cards that they have to discard makes it a little more difficult for them. So it is okay for you to just go second with this deck. I think it's probably the best option for the deck. Going first is only good if you have Sanji's Pilaf on curve. Then yeah, I can understand why you want to go first, but besides that, it is not worth it, I think. In this matchup, I play the blocker, of course, turn 1. He plays Cracker out of life, but I don't have to attack my opponent, so I'm just gonna pass. Play the Mihawk because I want to have some offensive power here, as he's gonna be able to flood the board very quickly, and I have to be able to answer whatever he's playing. And yeah, that's the whole reason that when I want to play this one. He makes me take a life here. Yeah, I'm going to 3, but it should be fine. I don't think he's going to attack with the Cracker, because then I get to attack it for free and I get some value out of my Nami. He does want to be aggressive, but at least he wants to be aggressive with a white board, I think. I don't think he wants to be aggressive with just like a 5k here, unless you are able to protect it. But we'll see what he wants to do. He attacks for 6, and I think I'm gonna take it because after I attack, he attacks for 6 here. He's gonna focus on my cards on board, and I have to be able to deal with that. We hit this one out of life, which deals with the Perospero without having to give him extra cards, so that's very nice. And now we can play the Jeff if we want to just draw cards, but we'll decide that after we do here. We're gonna draw cards, Ramesh, with our Mihawk. Draw 2, discard 2. That's okay. That's I mean, I'm trying to play Seth here, but we'll see based on what my opponent does. If he combos out of this one, I might want to just attack with the Nami for a bigger number, and then just see what I'm gonna do. He combo out of that one, but I think I can just attack for 6 again, just trying to pressure the 2k counters out of my opponent. So there, I mean, it's easier for me to hit my opponent with like Usopp or something like that. Since he didn't combo out of that one, then I'm just gonna do draw 2 and just let him go. I keep 1 energy up in case he wants to go for a big attack. I have the Gobble in my hand, and I'm able to combo my leader easily. If he goes after my battle card, I still able to defend it easily. But we'll see what he does. I definitely wanted to get more uses out of my Mihawk to draw 2, discard 2. But we'll see what happens here. I'll look at the top 3. I wanted to see what I get. Because I have Mr. 1 on the top 3, I kind of want that card because I want to get the Gobble back into my hand. Because I'm going to have to defend like the Arlong for a couple of turns, I think. So yeah, I just want to get that one and get it back with my maybe Jeff if I play it, or depending on what I do here. However, he does play this guy, which untaps the leader and is able to attack again. He might be able to attack for 7 here on force me here. He attacks for 5, keeping up 2 energy. I don't know if he thinks that I'm gonna attack him, but what would I attack him? But if I have this, I shouldn't attack him, but I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna bounce back the that guy. Again, draw 2, discard 2. As I was saying, Usopp is really good because of that reason. You're able to just cycle through your deck, and that's just really important. I'm definitely gonna. I'm looking at the Gobble because I'm trying to. That's what I'm gonna need for the next turn, especially if he's gonna do like a dual attack with the leader and the card that he just played. So I'm gonna have to use the Gobble and my blocker to get out of that attack like twice the next turn. So it is important. I haven't been able to play Seth or Usopp to punish him, but we should be fine. It's not the biggest issue here. We are okay. We have a decent hand size. We don't have too much life for what it's worth. So we'll see. We'll see how it develops. I definitely want to play like a 1-drop and get it back to my hand, so I can just get more value that way and keep milling myself by doing so. But we'll see what we do here. He attacks for 7. Plays this one, taps my Usopp, which is fine. I can just block this one, and I think I should because he's playing this card and he can just tap my blocker and I just don't get any value out of it. So might as well try to get some value right now. And yeah, that's the reason why I'm playing this one here. He attacks with the Arlong again, and I'm gonna use the Gobble, of course. I'm thinking I want to discard. I think the extra card, since I have so many cards that I cannot counter with, it's likely that I'm gonna draw another one. So that was a decent decision in my end. I get the Gobble back because I knew that was gonna happen. I milled 2 cards. Now I have another option to get another 1-drop if I want to. I don't really need to, but it is whatever. I'm just gonna start attacking with the Nami just to mill another card. I think it's gonna be important in the long run. But maybe I should have just waited one more turn to do that. We'll see. We'll see how it develops here. Because I gave him 1 card and now he can attack with the cards that he has on board. And then it's gonna be difficult for me to deal with. But we'll see what we can do here. He attacks for 7 using the leader ability to play the blocker, but we're gonna bounce back that blocker because we have the overheat. We're gonna get out of that attack. He plays Big Mom, but we don't mind giving them life because our strategy is to try to mill ourselves. So we're fine with just giving them 1 life. I have a 2K that I can use, and I'm definitely gonna attack 2K with the Mihawk. But now, as I was saying, now is the time to punish him for tapping out. I'm gonna attack for 2, discard 2. See if he wants to. I don't think I need another Seth. So I'm definitely gonna just combo out of that. I mean, just discard that one too. So I don't need another one. Let him see if he wants to combo out of this one. He does, which means my Seth is probably gonna be able to connect. Oh, he does connect, so I milled 7 myself. I'm at 13 cards, so I'm okay right now. He plays the Prospero out of life, which is annoying. But I'm going to attack this one, ask him for another 2K, see if he wants to take that one too. He does. So now I have the option to just play Usopp. And I could keep up attack for 7, but if I attack for 8, it forces him to have double 2K counter, which is difficult. And then now I mill myself another 7, so I'm very close to actually milling myself. So my opponent has 2 options here. He could go after my board and hope that I don't have enough to mill myself there. Or he can go after my leader and try to win when I have 4 cards and I have 2 lives. It is a tough spot to be on, because whichever you fail to win with, the other one is going to win. What I mean is, like, if he doesn't attack my board, I'm going to be able to mill the remaining cards that I have. If he only attacks my leader and forgets about the board, if I survive that turn, I will be able to do the same thing. I mean, I will be able to attack them for game with, like, mill my 7 or whatever. And if he attacks my board, which is what he opted to do, yeah, he might be able to KO it, but then I have enough cards in my hand to just mill myself. So he was in a really tough spot where it is difficult to tell which one is the better option. My opponent went for the I hope you don't have the milling cards, but against this deck, they usually do have him. And as I do, I had 6 cards left in my deck, and I just needed to play the Kayas here, and that should be enough to win. So yeah, it is difficult, but that's sometimes you have to make those decisions. I think he should have out combo out of one of the ones that I had, but he just let them through and let me mill 14 cards, and that is enough always to just be able to mill yourself easily. We're gonna mulligan this hand. We're trying to dig for the Usopp. I think is the best card in this matchup. Let's play the blocker, so it makes a difference. And we're gonna try to do our like, we're gonna try to play as many cards as we can, so we can combat what the opponent is trying to do here. And here, at least, we're gonna try to bounce back the opponent's card here. He used a Brick Fist. Okay, that's okay. Trash 2 cards, and we're gonna let him go, because that requires a lot of cards to do all that all over again. He bounces back our card, however, and then we bounce back this guy. We'll discard this one, I guess, and we'll discard the Gobble. This one is fine. We'll discard 2. I'll discard this 2. It's fine. Next turn we start attacking. If he doesn't attack me, then I'm not worried at all. This one can now bounce back this one, so we're okay. We're chilling. He's gonna play another Pacifista, and he's gonna attack us. I'm gonna use this one because I can bounce back that to the hand. And then I guess I'm gonna attack with the Nami. Just mill ourselves a little bit here. I'm not gonna use any of my energy here because I don't have to. I have like a good position in terms of energy here. And this one cannot be bounced by this leader. That one can. But I mean, what else are we gonna do here? I mean, if he wants to attack with that one, that's fine, right? Should be okay to get rid of this one and this one. And we're gonna play this one, and woo, that's actually a very decent one. It's fine. I'm not gonna be able to connect with Usopp, so I have to just use this ability this way. It seems like my opponent didn't have anything. I don't know why he quit. I mean, he wasn't able to aggress me enough, I guess. And I have all these cards. I have a good board. Like this card that's what I was looking for in this matchup at least. So I can keep up on board advantage. Like I bounce something back to the opponent's hand. And I also cycle my deck. So it's actually very good in this matchup. Okay, and for final thoughts on the deck. I don't know if it's better now. If it's just better with the Impel Down package. And then just trying to sack the life and draw 2 cards. I don't know if I don't really necessarily think you go faster through your deck. You just have more options on that end. But I think the deck looks fine. I don't think it's gonna be like the tier 1 competitive deck. It's definitely like on a tier 2 level, and it has advantages against like some late games decks. But it really struggles versus like the heavy aggressive decks. But besides that, deck is pretty fine. With that being said, thank you all for watching and have a good day.